Also displayed the following warning screen to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users two choices: get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
Okay, did you just see that? Because I need a second. That senator just sat across from one of the most powerful men in the world and didn't flinch. Not once. While Mark Zuckerberg, with his army of lawyers and PR teams, could not answer a single straight question. And we're not talking about taxes or data privacy. We're talking about children. We're talking about a platform that, by its own behavior, was helping predators find kids. And the man who built it said, I don't know. I've watched a lot of congressional hearings. Most of them are theater. But this felt different. This senator came prepared. This senator came with receipts. If you're new here, hit subscribe because we talk about the stuff that actually matters. Now, let's watch the full thing. Watch this.
Social media is a very powerful tool. But we're here because every parent I know, and I think every parent in America, is terrified about the garbage that is directed at our kids. I have two teenagers at home, and the phones they have are portals to predators, to viciousness, to bullying, to self-harm. And each of your companies could do a lot more to prevent it. Mr. Zuckerberg, in June of 2023, the Wall Street Journal reported that Instagram's recommendation systems were actively connecting pedophiles to accounts that were advertising the sale of child sexual abuse material. In many cases, those accounts appeared to be run by underage children themselves, often using code words and emojis to advertise illicit material. In other cases, the accounts included indicia that the victim was being sex trafficked. Now, I know that Instagram has a team that works to prevent the abuse and exploitation of children online. But what was particularly concerning about the Wall Street Journal expose was the degree to which Instagram's own algorithm was promoting the discoverability of victims for pedophiles seeking child abuse material. In other words, this material wasn't just living on the dark corners of Instagram. Instagram was helping pedophiles find it by promoting graphic hashtags, including hashtag pedwhore and hashtag preteen sex, to potential buyers. Instagram also displayed the following warning screen to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users two choices: get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, Senator. The basic science behind that is that when people are searching for something that is problematic, it's often helpful to, rather than just blocking it, to help direct them towards something that that could be helpful for getting them to get help.
In what, I understand get resources. In what sane universe is there a link for see results anyway?
Well, because we might be wrong. We try to trigger this warning, or we tried to, when we think that there's any chance that the results.
Okay, you might be
harmful.
wrong. Let me ask you: how many times was this warning screen displayed?
I don't know, but the
you don't know. Why don't you know?
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. But
well, you know what, Mr. Zuckerberg? It's interesting you say you don't know it off the top of your head, because I asked it in June of 2023 in an oversight letter, and your company refused to answer. Will you commit right now to, within 5 days, answering this question for this committee?
We'll follow up on that.
Is that a yes? Not a will follow up. I know how lawyers write statements saying we're not going to answer. Will you tell us how many times this warning screen was displayed? Yes or no?
Senator, I'll personally look into it. I'm not sure if we have.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer that. Let me ask you this. How many times did an Instagram user who got this warning that you're seeing images of child sexual abuse, how many times did that user click on see results anyway? I want to see that.
Senator, I'm not sure if we stored that, but I'll personally look into this and we'll follow up after.
And what follow-up did Instagram do when you have a potential pedophile clicking on, I'd like to see child porn? What did you do next when that happened?
Senator, I think that an important piece of context here is that any context that we think is child sexual
Mr. Zuckerberg,
abuse,
that's called a question. What did you do next when someone clicked, you may be getting child sexual abuse images, and they click, see results anyway? What was your next step? You said you might be wrong. Did anyone examine, was it in fact child sexual abuse material? Did anyone report that user? Did anyone go and try to protect that child? What did you do next?
Senator, we take down anything that we think is sexual abuse material on the service, and we do.
Did anyone
report
verify whether it was in fact child sexual abuse material?
Senator, I don't know if every single search result we're following up on, but
Did you report the people who wanted it?
Senator, do you want me to answer your question?
Yeah, I want you to answer the question I'm asking. Did you report
time to
the
speak, then?
people who click see results anyway?
That's probably one of the factors that we use in reporting. And in general, I mean, we've reported more people and done more reports like this to NCMEC, the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, than any other company in the industry. We proactively go out of our way across our services to do this and have made, I think it's more than 26 million reports, which is more than the whole rest of the industry combined. So,
Mr.
I think that
Zuckerberg,
an
Mr.
allegation
Zuckerberg,
that we
your
that we don't take
company
this
and every
seriously-
social media company needs to do much more to protect children. All right, Mr. Chu, in the next couple of minutes.
All right, we're back. And I don't even know where to start. First thing I'll say is this. I don't care what your politics are. What that senator did in that room was not political. That was a parent. Someone who compiled the evidence, walked into that room, and refused to let a billionaire talk his way out of it. Now, let's get into the details, because it's easy to just feel angry and scroll on. The details here matter. Instagram's own algorithm, not some dark corner of the internet, was connecting predators to victims. It was promoting hashtags. It was surfacing this content. And then, when someone searched for child sexual abuse material, Instagram put up a screen that offered, see results anyway.
I need you to sit with that.
Zuckerberg's defense was that they might be wrong about whether it's really abuse material, so they give people the option. That is some of the most twisted corporate logic I've ever heard. You might be wrong, so you give a potential predator a second chance to find children? That's your answer? Then the senator asked a simple question. How many times was that warning screen shown? Zuckerberg said he didn't know. Fine, maybe he doesn't have it memorized. But this same question was sent to Meta in a formal oversight letter back in June 2023, and Meta refused to answer it. They didn't forget. They chose not to answer. That's not a company that made a mistake. That's a company that hoped nobody would look too closely. And when pushed further, what did you do next when someone clicked see results anyway? Did you report them? Did you try to protect that child? Zuckerberg couldn't give a straight answer. He kept pointing to 26 million reports made to NCMEC. But that number might just mean this happened on your platform 26 million times. The senator never lost composure. Every question was sharp, specific, and documented. That is what accountability looks like. That is what it looks like when someone in power actually uses it for people who have none. In this case, children who have no idea an algorithm is profiting from their suffering. These platforms aren't going away, but the people running them need to be held to a standard that matches the power they have. Right now, they are nowhere near it. That senator said what millions of parents have been screaming into the void for years. And I'm glad someone finally said it to the right person's face. Drop a comment below, and let me know what part hit you hardest. Like and subscribe if you want more of this, and I'll see you in the next one.